What's happening? Welcome to the Calvin Child Show. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome. How are you today?
Amazing, amazing. How are you?
That's good. That's good. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So I'm happy to have you here today. Welcome to the Calvin Child Show. We
Thank
are
you for having
on.
me.
We are live on Facebook and multiple other platforms today. So, okay. All right, everybody. Today I got Ayisha's in the building. She's going to tell us a little bit about her and we're going to have a conversation. So, good morning. How are you? So, Ayisha, how you doing today?
Amazing.
That-
Every day is a blessing.
That's good. So tell us, where you from?
I am from Baltimore, Maryland. My
Baltimore.
family is from Antigua, so I'm the first American born.
Really? Antigua, what is that?
In the West Indies, a Caribbean island, in the Lesser Antilles Islands.
Okay, is that like close to like Jamaica or
Close to Montserrat. Most of the time, like if you stop on a flight, it would stop in Puerto Rico, and then like less than an hour flight from Puerto Rico to Antigua.
okay, so is that like his own country?
Yes.
Okay,
Independent.
I didn't know. I didn't know. A lot of
hmm
other people
You
might not
gotta,
know
you
this.
gotta visit. You gotta visit. Lots of cruises and things like that.
Really?
365 beaches. Beautiful, amazing place.
So, what age were you when you came to America?
I was born here. I was the
Oh,
first
okay.
American born here. My sisters and my parents were born in Antigua.
Okay, so you actually been back there and everything?
Yes, many, many times. I have a sister that still lives there too, and some family.
Is there like a modeling scene out there? Have you been in any shows out there? I have no idea what it's like.
Not yet, not yet, but that's actually a good idea for me to look
Okay,
into.
okay, all right, all right. So, like, how big is the country itself?
It's a small island. It's two islands, Antigua and Barbuda, but one unit.
You said Barbados or
Barbuda.
Barbuda? Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Antigua and Barbuda. Small
All right, so
island. That's probably why you haven't heard of it yet, but it's actually more popular than you think if you look into it as a tourist.
okay, how about that? So, what got you started modeling?
Man, when I was younger, my parents got me into modeling. They always said I was always ready for pictures. I was just about never caught off guard. So when I was around 5, they put me in a modeling class. I learned etiquette and things like that, runway, and how to speak on camera, how to do public speaking, things like that. And from there, I continued. I did take
Oh,
a liking to it. So it was one of the many things I did when I was
oh
younger.
wow, wow. So, what was it like the first time you put on high heels?
That's a that's a good question because I don't even remember, honestly. I know I remember our little church shoes with the little white shoe with the strap and my little lace socks and everything. I don't even think kids do that anymore. Like it's so cute. They should bring it back. But those used to be my favorite shoes every Sunday to put on my dress shoes or anytime I had to get dressed up, I did like it. I did.
So,
Even though I love sneakers, I prefer sneakers, honestly. But when I put those shoes on, I put them on, okay?
so what about the first time you had to walk in high heels on the runway? You know,
On a runway, I feel like it's always like your heart gets in your throat because you're like, OMG, all right, it's showtime. Don't trip, don't fall, don't slide off the stage, don't overshoot where your markers are on the stage to make sure you get the right pictures and things like that. So it's always a showtime moment, and then you just do it. I don't think I ever really had much of a stage fright. So yeah.
did you ever fall on the runway?
No, not yet. Not so far. I always tell people never think you're perfect. So I'm not gonna say no, never. Like I'm not a human and things can happen. Staging can happen. Who knows? But so far, no. Aisha stays off the floor.
Right, right. So, what are some of the designers in the Baltimore area that you had a chance to work with?
Many from Earl Bannister, Alec Couture, Psycho Design, Yele, Yvette Monique Couture, a lot of designers actually.
Wh-
Bernard from Salute Culture, Jermaine of Madison Walker, a lot of designers, a lot.
Which one would you say is the most elaborate?
Most elaborate? Ooh, they're all very detailed. That's a
You
hard
know, the thing is,
question.
like, when they have some designers, I know, like, I know, especially in Paris and stuff, when they have a show, it's a show. It's just all kinds of extra,
It takes
extra,
a while to
extra,
get into the
extra,
clothes.
extra clothes, extra hair, extra makeup. You know, just
Yeah.
dogs on the floor, just the work.
Wow. I will say there's three that definitely get very showtime when it's time. So I would say that would be Alec Rasimnik Couture, Earl Bannister, and Yvette Monique Couture. Yvette does lots of elaborate headpieces, show-stopping headpieces, beautiful things, along with the clothes as well. Earl Bannister will bring the lengths, the tails, the trains, the capes, details. Carl of Alec Rasimnik Couture, he's also very detailed. You'll have some tulle, you'll have some lace, you'll have some appliques, some see-through things, some trains, some designs and cutouts, mixing of materials, things like that. So they're all very detailed. I love all of them. They're amazing. Beautiful, beautiful talent and work that they put out when it's showtime.
Okay, let's keep it Baltimore local. What's your favorite venue in Baltimore where to have a runway show that you've been in or that you are aware of?
I would say the M&T Bank Exchange. The Baltimore Met Gala was there 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. And then last year it was at Live Casino, which is also a cool venue as well. But that M&T Bank Exchange, the lighting was immaculate, the runway was long, the setup, the levels, the balconies, the sound system, the screens, everything was very detailed. And you felt like you were at a show, a big
Yeah,
show. So yeah, it was good.
it's interesting because I never heard of M&T Bank until I had to get a home loan, and they came through, came through strong. So I got to know a little more about M&T Bank, and it's they all right. I thought they was a really small bank, but it seemed like they
Yeah.
making some big moves. How about that? How about that? So so have you modeled for designers outside of Baltimore area? Like, are there some other designers where you had to get in a car or a plane and go and work, or do some modeling outside of that area?
Yes. Now with that, that was some time ago. So names, I'm sorry, don't remember. But I've done a few things between Virginia, New York, Philly,
Okay.
DC, of course, that's around the corner.
Mhm. All right. All right.
Not far, far yet, but I'm definitely ready for the expansion and to
Okay,
expand.
so here's the opportunity, everybody. She said she's ready, so y'all can hit her up. So now I know you dabbled, or I remember hearing you say you dabbled in some acting. So you want to talk about that a little bit? Some of the movies or plays or shows that you've been in.
Yes. So as for the acting, that started, I would say, late 2021. One of my college friends, shout out to Marcy, she sent me an application and said, hey, they're looking for background actors for Rustin, which is a huge movie that was on Netflix. And I'm like, girl, what am I supposed to do with this? I've never been on set for anything. Like, no. Other than like the news when I was little. But,
Right.
you know, so she's like, girl, just do it. The worst they can say is no. And I'm good with no's. That's fine. So I did. And that was the first set I was on. So ever since then, it's just been back to back. I was super fascinated with the process, the organization, how it works, the end results, and things like that. So from there, the next thing I did was We Own the City. That's on HBO as well. I played multiple people, so I look different every single time. Very diverse. I've done commercials, like two giant ads, a DC Metro commercial, a asthma medication commercial, a few more things coming up that I'm not going to speak on because we signed NDAs. So, movie in the works as well, and another commercial in the works as well. I've done Night Hall, that's another movie. I've done Flood, that's on Tubi as well. So quite a few things. I've been working, y'all.
Okay, everybody that's in Baltimore always say, "Yeah, I ran into the set of was it The Wire that the 50 Cent movie. I mean, Netflix thing. Did you ever like see that play out, or was near a street where they was filming?
The Wire, no. I don't live in that area or near that area, honestly, where they were filming. I've driven past it many times, like heading to Kennedy Krieger, which is a like developmental institute. So going there, I've seen the areas, but no, I never came across the set. I know a lot of
Okay,
people who have or have ended up as extras during those
okay.
times, but
How about that? How about that? So, I always tell models, what do you stand for? What is your mission? What do you stand 10 toes down on trying to cure, help, do better, so on and so forth. You want to elaborate on any of your causes, any of your things you believe in?
I would definitely say I'm a huge advocate for autism. And I know that's been a lot of talk now on autism. Not going to get into that, but a huge advocate for it. My son is autistic, so the kids in the class and things like that, I always make sure, we look out for each other in that community. Inclusion, exception, understanding, things like that. So,
So what
autism.
are some of the things you think that you could do better as a person or to help the cause?
Keep advocating and talking about it, making sure people understand it is a normal conversation, is nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of. It's not a disease, it's not a dysfunction. It's literally just a difference. So, yeah, for autism, I would say to keep the conversation going.
Right. Are there any nonprofits that you support that you can maybe shout out to tell people to go support those nonprofits that could benefit autism that you're aware of?
I would say definitely Kennedy Krieger Institute with funding for them, especially with how government things are going now. I would say to keep donating to the places that work on the treatments and the studies and actually do the work, like boots on the ground with it. Spark is another organization. They work in genetics. They're studying like genomes and things like that. Getting to the root of autism or what the mutations and things like that might be, or if it's something that could be passed down throughout families, stuff like that. So I support the studies and places that do the real work and not just, go by word of mouth. And they really actually care about it. And it's not just about popularity or.
Let's talk about photo shoots.
Mhm.
Tell me about some of the more elaborate photo shoots you've been on.
What has been one that was quite a journey?
Were,
I
were
would
there
say,
any on rooftops or balconies or basements or
I would
any
say
interesting photo shoot
the most
stories you got?
fun the most fun shoot and interesting shoot, and the photographer was cracking up the whole time because I was trying to get in between all the things. Um, we were at a playground in DC, and the monkey bars weren't like regular monkey bars. They kind of had this triangular shape, and I was like, I could fit in there. And he was like, "Are you serious? You're gonna try to get in there in a dress?" I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna get in there." So I got in there, and I'm like doing all these poses in between the monkey bars, whether I'm hanging down or laying inside across it. I was upside down on a slide. I was hanging from a basketball hoop. Like we were all over the place. This guy let me hold his skateboard. It was fun. And I'm a people person, so I'm not scared of strangers. And so it was cool. I was like, "Hey, can I hold your skateboard?" He was like, "Oh my gosh, if I could take a picture with you." I'm like, "Of course." So that was fun. I don't know how to skateboard, but I can pose with anything.
About that. Let me ask you some rapid fire questions. All right, these questions, all you got to do is just give an answer as fast as possible. Sneakers or shoes?
Sneakers.
Okay. Wigs or weaves?
Wigs.
Skirts or pants?
Pants.
Tights or sweats?
You said
Tights or sweatpants, you know? Okay.
I'm kind of a tomboy. Like I'm a girly tomboy because I don't mind, dressing up when I have to. But other than that, give me comfort all day long.
Okay. Photo shoots or runway?
Photo shoots,
Modeling or acting?
acting.
Right. I didn't know you would say that, but that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Apple or Samsung?
Samsung S22 Ultra is still working, not trapped into
That,
buying a
that
new
the
one.
S22 is nice. Yeah, it is.
Awesome phone. Okay, look, free ad, Samsung. Look at this. This also serves as a remote. Okay,
Really?
yes, best camera in the world. Okay, Samsung S22 Ultra. This isn't even the newest phone.
All right,
Anyway,
give us a quick Samsung commercial. Give us a quick Samsung commercial. Come
hit me
on,
up,
on the
Samsung.
fly. They gonna hit you up now. Give us a quick Samsung commercial with your phone. You got the phone right there.
S22 Ultra, not just the phone, but also good for business, documents, signing. You want to take a picture from over there? This can be your remote. You don't even need your remote. You can find your face on the screen, wave, and you have a 2-second countdown pose for your picture. Hands free. Best camera, not trapped in a cult, very compatible with things. Samsung, all day long. Get you one.
How about that? How about that? All right. Okay. So, what are your hobbies?
Wow, I love dance. I love martial arts, kickboxing, taekwondo. I like taking naps. I am big on rest, and I feel like okay, I feel like rest is needful. Okay, you gotta sleep. I'm not team no sleep or sleep when I die. Nah, I'm not. I'm not a supporter of that. Ayisha will rest. Okay, dance, playing games, and martial arts. Those are my favorite things.
How about that? How about that? Well, let me ask you. Do you want to tell people, give them your Instagram or anything like that? You want to just shout out to your Instagram, your IG. Here's a few minutes. You just go ahead, um, give them those.
Yes, yes, yes. So you can find me on Instagram at the next page, THENEXTPAIGE_86. And that's the same on TikTok, which I literally just started a TikTok. So there's nothing on there yet, but let's rack some followers up while I figure out starting that. And
Got
on
plenty of clips
Facebook,
from this, that's for sure.
right, okay. So on Facebook, Ayisha Page. Ayisha.
And I'm also going to leave those links down at the bottom of this page and everything like that. So, is there anything that you want people to know about you that they don't know?
I definitely want you to follow Noah's Village on Instagram. That's my son's autism page. I started that because at resources, at free events and trainings, seminars, and things, I was always looking like the youngest person in the room or the only black person, if even another was in the room. And I felt like that was a lack of knowledge in our communities, not knowing that there are resources, not knowing that the conversation is being had with autism and things like that. So I started that autism page from there just to share the story and keep the conversation going, like I said, and show that there's no shame in it. So spreading that love and inclusion and the word, and just from starting it, I didn't realize I knew so many people that were either autistic themselves or had children or people around them that were autistic as well. So once you start the conversation, you realize you have a larger community than you thought.
Is that a Adidas cheetah print hoodie you got on?
Yes,
That thing is fly. That is fly.
it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite hoodies. It's very
Okay,
comfy.
Adidas, y'all got to hook her up, Adidas. Y'all have
Adidas,
to.
Samsung. Shout out to Fenty as well. I want to hook up with her at some point,
You know,
hopefully.
Cynthia, you got to give her something so she can shout y'all out. All right, another interview coming soon. Well, thank you for your time and being a part of the show. And we appreciate everything. And all right.